Hello everyone, we're here today having some fun with my Warm Audio WA76s. Going to show how I use them doing some live drum tracking, using them on the 2-bus in terms of redoing the mix. Hope to demonstrate a couple of tricks with the 1176 WA76 design, and I really hope you enjoy the video. When I think drums, I think Classic Rogers, and my friend Matt Aston, a local drummer, came over with his kit. Really looking forward to this session. Essentially, my producer and recording friend Rick Anderson had done some MIDI program drums, which I wanted pulled out of the mix. We pretty well had a final mix. Decided to replace them with real drums. And we made a nice absorbent area, kind of a dead end in the back of my room, and got to work. So just a quick sense of the gear: a pair of Warm Audio Tone Beasts, the WA76s, the LA610s, Apollo, a Burl B2 on the AD side. Nice Dangerous Music D-Box for the monitoring. So the basic idea was to run the two overheads through the very best signal chain and to use the LA610s on the kick and the snare. We used a classic AKG D12 on the kick, a nice heel special snare mic, obviously on the snare, and two custom C12 do-it-yourselfs, one on the side, one on the top overhead. And of course we measured those off so they're equidistant from the snare. No surprises, the drums were very loud, so 20 dB pads on the pre's, a few dBs of compression on the WA76s, and of course compression in the LA610s. Wanted to just use a little bit of compression while we were tracking. Obviously planned on using a little bit more while we were mixing. Very pleased with the end result. Got some really solid tracks down quite quickly. So then I ran the tracks using the WA76s on the bus, and I ran them at different ratios and with different thresholds. Just encourage you to listen very carefully to these three clips. Started off things at unity and tried to get a natural sound in terms of the attack and the release. So in my DAW I made 3 new tracks, did 3 passes, just adjusting the ratio 4, 8, and 20 to 1 and adjusting the thresholds. And you'll hear those examples coming up in sequence now. So the trick I wanted to share with you is that the ratio and thresholds are interrelated in the 1176 and the WA76 design. And you might inadvertently not be setting the input threshold correctly and not getting the right amount of compression from the unit. So if you just read through these bullets, that will help explain this. I actually was using the compressor wrong at first, and these snapshots on the left, if you see the declining pattern of the size of the waveform, that actually is what demonstrates this effect that I'm describing to you. And I wasn't actually getting the right amount of compression, and Bryce from Warm Audio, thank you Bryce, politely told me the error in my ways, and the clips on the right-hand side, I redid the tracks, controlling for the input and then triggering the threshold correctly. And you can see that this allows you to get the right amount of compression, the right amount of ratio, and a constant gain reduction. And otherwise, you could be having a problem in your mix. So just to demonstrate this further, I was videotaping the actual VUs on my WA76s as I was doing the tracking. So you can see in each one of these that I actually have the same amount of gain reduction, about 3 dBs. Irregardless of the ratio and irregardless of the threshold. And that shows you using the controlling part of the limiter and compressor appropriately. So I hope this has been interesting for you. I'm very happy with my WA76s. It's been great to use them on drums. I used to play drums, so I'm very excited to have real drums in my mix. Thanks to Bryce for bringing these out to the market and for giving me some good advice about how to use them appropriately. I'd really encourage you to have fun with your WA76s, and you too can enjoy having that legendary vintage tone. And I wish you good luck with all your recording projects.